fire burning. Chase your dream, don't hesitate. Keep on dreaming, keep on yearning. Don't let the flame die while you wait.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Artist Spotlight with Ralph. Tonight we travel down to the Philly area and welcome the amazingly talented Jeni Englund to the show. Jeni.
Thanks, Ralph.
It has been a long, long time since I've seen you. It is a pleasure to have you on tonight.
It's been a long time since I've been seen.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people have had that problem in the last year or so. Something about some pandemic or something that's going on. I don't know. I've heard rumors anyway that, people were quarantined and stuck at home and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it's been tough to get out.
I have no excuse for not doing a virtual show, though. I just wasn't really very motivated to do it. So this is perfect. You gave me the right motivation.
Cool. Good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I've definitely been anxious to hear you. And, gosh, would have been, thinking about getting you on earlier, but obviously schedules and stuff like that too play a part in it. So, it's nice though that we got you scheduled this month and get to hear a little bit of something from you. And with things opening back up again, maybe you can start gigging again soon. So, and that'd be a good thing. Get you out there and get you live in front of people.
It's going to feel so strange.
Yeah.
I have friends that have already been performing and been out there, but
right.
I really haven't been. I teach a lot during the year, so I work a lot, one-on-one. I'm always on Zoom, but, come spring, summer, I get in performing mode. It's like two different brains. So
yeah.
This is kind of the launch into my performing season. During the year, I do a lot of head stuff. So I'm learning myself and teaching a lot. So time to switch gears.
Yep, and hopefully get out there.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
If possible.
Yes.
So what have you prepared for us tonight?
Let's see. Well, I have to say I thought quite a bit because some of my songs I honestly hadn't played in a year. I was working on some new things, and especially one song in particular I put a lot into, which I'll play later because I don't want to blow that right at the beginning. But so I've just kind of been preparing a few old things and a few newer things. But actually, I was going to start with something else, but this was a little tune that I wrote right at the beginning of COVID. It's just a really simple little tune, but I kept thinking that this time when everything shut down, so I'm like a lot of people, constantly on the go all the time. And so the shutdown for me, aside from, people, the actual COVID, but being shut down was actually kind of a dream, because for someone to say you have to stop for 3 months was kind of a gift in a lot of ways. So I was expecting to write albums and albums of songs, but I didn't. I wrote only very few, but this is the one that kind of came up at the beginning, and I posted it on Facebook, so some of you may have already heard it, but this is how I was feeling at the time it started. When it seems like the songs have all been played and nothing feels quite right to say, oh, the mood is nothing that you can describe. You don't have any cards left and there's nowhere to hide. You just sit here in this quiet moment when you can't hear the voices you're used to and nothing makes sense anymore. The rug has been pulled out from underneath. You can't find a way back to your feet. You're just stuck here in this silent moment. Don't talk too loud, you'll drown it out. Don't talk too loud. Listen, listen, listen to the sound. When your eyes start to see that your fortress, it's covered with cracks and holes. Don't be afraid or run away. Try to pretend or drop out of this play. Just stay here. Wait here. Rest here. Be safe here in this quiet moment. So I know you could barely hear the guitar on that because I was just barely playing. But it was a
Yeah, we did it
quiet
pretty
moment
well.
song.
It's nice. I like the way you used the silence during the song too. I don't know if it was intended that way or not, but there were some spots where, it was just you singing and
There were a few spots where I dropped the chords because I realized I was
Yeah.
not playing what I wanted to play. So
Oh, okay.
there was more silence than there normally would have been. But
Yeah.
but I do it did. This is kind of what I took away from the shutdown. There's a time for everything, and for me, it really was a time of listen, stop talking and doing and moving and just chill, just think and just listen. And so now we're back, and who knows what we even absorbed.
It's funny because, I kind of took it the same way at the very beginning. Just chill out, relax, don't do anything. Then I thought, I need to be writing.
Move.
I need to be writing, like during this time when we're shut down. I need to be creating new stuff. And of course, I didn't do anywhere
you did a
near
whole
as much as I
album,
wanted to
didn't you?
either. Well, yeah, but I mean, all that stuff was written before the pandemic. So, I did get into the studio and finish things up back in the summer, but that was something that, should have been out a year earlier. But there was a lot of different things that happened. An illness, which had nothing to do with the pandemic, long before the pandemic hit, with the guy that runs the studio, and he was down and out for a little while, and then the pandemic hit, and then once the studios opened back up again, it was a matter of getting all the players together that were going to perform on the album, and working out schedules, and the woman that did keyboard and background vocals for me, she's also a nurse, so she was on the front line there and probably putting in a lot more time than she wanted to, so
Yeah.
it was difficult to get studio time and get her into the studio, and definitely an important part of the song, so it took a while to come together, and it was planned a year earlier. I honestly thought I'd have it out by October or November of 2019, and the album didn't actually hit until December of 2020, so it was all stuff that was written pre-pandemic, and the stuff that I've written since then was not as much as I wanted to. I am playing a few of the songs out, and there's a couple things that I'm planning for the next album, but I'm further behind than where I wanted to be. And, it's just a matter of, for a while, finding motivation, and then when things opened back up and I started focusing more on gigs and stuff, because that's where I get the money to pay for the recording studio, so.
Of course. The artist's life.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then we got busy, and been busy ever since, so it's a good thing in one sense and not such a good thing in the other sense, so depends on which way you look at it. But we're here to talk about you. Don't get me talking about me.
I'm just here to play some tunes.
That's not fair,
So,
exactly. Yeah, I just
gonna
want to hear the
play-
tunes.
A few tunes. So I think I have to do something a little lively. I've played this quite a bit now, but this was a little song that called Nashville. I mean, I've played it now. You've heard it, but
Yes. Yes.
actually, I think the first time I met you, Ralph, at the open mic, I was testing out this song. I had just written it, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. And then I met you. You were like, Hey, I like that song. I was like, Oh, I like you. Thanks.
Yeah. I remember you playing it at Thrive Fest too, when we were both
Yes.
playing there.
Yes, it's kind of lively. I come from the period of music which I have plenty of songs to show for that are a little more artsy and indie and kind of dramatic. And this is kind of a livelier, happier tune, and so that's why I like to play it at every
Cool.
show.
And I like to hear it.
All right. Well, we're gonna. This I wrote because I had many friends who I had worked with at various times in the music business who were all moving to Nashville, and it struck me as being funny. And that around the same time, my husband said that I should write something simple, and so I had these two things working. I was like, simple, okay. And so I worked with just a few chords and a simple melody, and it kind of started out as a little bit of a joke, but it turned into a really fun story song, and so here we go.
Cool.
I was singing down on Baker Street like I usually do. A peculiar man walked up to me wearing crocodile boots, and he said, Girl, I've been traveling for a while. I really like your style, but you've got to take it that extra mile. Well, he said, you gotta go to Nashville if you wanna write a song. That music down in Nashville, there's nothing like it around. First, you start moving, then you'll start grooving, and the music fills your soul. Skeptically, I packed my bags with a smile on my face. Tennessee never seemed to be my kind of place. So, no, I like the sound of New York City. Love the rhythm of New Orleans. Maybe there's something I'm missing halfway in between. Well, he said, you gotta go to Nashville if you wanna write a song. That music down in Nashville, there's nothing like it around. First, you start moving, then you'll start grooving, and the music fills your soul. Music fills your soul. I've been wandering around for hours among the cafes and the prestigious parlors. Oh, glory stands in a sweet romance, and the music mine has me entranced. I think I found something. It's sorta like gold deep in my bones. Sorta like gold deep in my bones. Sorta like gold. They told me to go to Nashville if I wanted to write a song. Well, that music down in Nashville, there's nothing like it around. Oh, first you'll start moving, then you'll start grooving, and the music
always going to love that song.
It's a fun one.
Definitely. Yep. First song
fun
I ever heard
tune.
you do, I do believe.
Yes.
And it never gets old. Never gets old. Fantastic.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So, let's see. I was thinking about, the times we're in, and it made me think of a tune that I wrote. Oh my gosh, 100 years ago. It's one of the first songs I ever wrote. Quick little life story. So I started in musical theater when I graduated high school. I grew up in Wisconsin. I had a little stint in the fashion industry, and then I moved out to New York to study musical theater. That was what I thought I wanted to do. And so I'm knee deep in, musical theater, dancing and singing and doing the whole thing. And one day I just was watching a show, actually. And I realized that it wasn't what I wanted to do. I all of a sudden had this just revelation, like, oh, that's not the path I want to be on. And I loved singing. I always loved singing. But then I met someone on a subway in New York who asked me if I was a singer, and I was like, well, what gave me away? The backstage I'm reading? I was like, is I'm crazy, or is this like... So anyway, we ended up having this dialogue on the train, and he was a screenwriter, and he was working on a project where he needed a singer-songwriter, and he asked if I would meet with him, and I was like, oh boy, really? 20 years old in New York, you're skeptical of everyone. And so anyway, but of course, also somewhat naive. So I did meet with him, and he ended up being a great friend to me. Introduced me to several different guitarists so that I could be the singer-songwriter. But then I ended up being introduced through him to a guitarist who I played with for the first several years as I transitioned from musical theater into being a singer-songwriter. And so I'm forever grateful to John for introducing me to Dave. But Dave and I, one of the first songs we ever wrote was this tune. And it seems to fit in this time, but it will take you back to sort of this hippie era sound. It kind of sounds very like, and we used to do a lot of sitting on the grass in Central Park, writing tunes. This is what came out.
I can relate to the whole hippie thing.
What's that?
I can relate to the whole hippie thing.
Oh, I have so
especially
much.
yesterday.
I should really have bell bottoms on right now. I love that age.
Yeah.
Love it. But this is a short tune. It's called "Not Satisfied," and so you don't have to go away, Ralph. It's just quick. And it's different almost every time I sing it. As you know, most good songs are, depending on the mood. We tread on silent water till it's raging. Shoot arrows at the clouds until they rain down. We run from our friends till we make them enemies, and play games with our lives. We try to plan our destiny. We're not satisfied until we make things harder than they are. We're not satisfied till we make things hard. Well, it's sad we try to take everything just a little bit too far. We're not satisfied, not satisfied. Found a little picket fence, so we wrapped it in barbed wire. Found a piece of heaven where we set the clouds on fire. Built a little home, sweet home. We lock and bar the door. Finally found that peace of mind, so we started a war. till we make things hard. Well, it's sad we try to take everything just a little bit too far. We're not satisfied. Oh, not satisfied. We're not satisfied. Not satisfied. Tread on silent water till it's raging. We shoot arrows at the clouds till they rain down. And we run from our friends until we make them enemies. Oh, we're not satisfied. Not satisfied until we make things hard. That's
Very
it.
nice. I turned my camera off because I want people to focus on you. Nobody wants to look at me.
That was just a quick little, Dave would be probably not happy with my guitar playing on that song, but, it is what it is.
Look at you and me side by side. I mean, who's going to look at me, Turn the camera off. That's a nice song, though. And it's very lively, and it's cool. I like it. So. And I think you did fine on the guitar.
Blast from the past. Yeah. Blast from the past, Ralph.
Cool. You're only like 25, so it couldn't have been 100 years ago. So.
That's, okay. I'm gonna say that was in honor of Earth Day. The folk thing. Folk movement.
There you go. Oh.
Earth Day.
I thought it was like in honor of yesterday, 420.
Or what?
I thought it was in honor of 420.
Oh, I'm not even getting into that because someone had to explain to me what it was.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So. We'll
See, I told you I can relate to the hippie thing. So.
I like the idea of peace, love.
Yeah.
Happiness.
And 420 being a national holiday. Anyhow.
Well, our time is going so quick.
Yeah, it is.
I have a few different ideas, but maybe I want to sing Silhouette, but that's I'm feeling very upbeat.
Cool.
You know what? I think I'm going to do Rose-Colored Glasses because that's a happy song.
Okay.
Yeah. So Rose-Colored Glasses is another old tune. And it's one that I wrote kind of making fun of myself because I had a really hard time dealing with anything that wasn't a happy thought. It took me a long time to learn how to accept that things were not always good, and this is a song about that, as you know. Winding around yellow brick roads, trying to find princes and pearls, merry-go-round. I like this picture I painted, safe and sound, merry-go-round, my little world untainted. Why won't you tell me that I'm alright now? I'm okay. Please just convince me that I'm alright. I'm okay. Nobody speaks, everyone sings, everyone rhymes, everything's fine, safe and sound, merry-go-round, first run then hide then ignore it, safe and sound, merry-go-round, void it and cover it, bury it. Why won't you tell me have some to put on.
Awesome.
You know what? I'm gonna go right into another tune.
Okay.
If that's okay.
That
These
is
are kind of from
perfectly
the
fine.
same genre. I mean, not the same genre. The same time in my musical life.
Cool.
This is a little tune called Silhouette. It has lived a long life, but I still like to play it. I was telling Ralph earlier, I used to open like every show with this because it used to calm me down. I get so nervous, and I would think that I would forget how to play things, but this would always kind of help me. Silhouette, I still find there's no life inside my mind, just a pencil drawn lifeline from a book I read. I'm searching for a place, a lifetime I won't dread. I'm stepping on the skyline again. Silhouette, just one word. When I cried, nobody heard. If the wind blew again, where would I land? Find myself a place in time where I can stand. I'm stepping on the skyline again. I'm stepping on the skyline again. I'm stepping on the skyline. I can see. I can see. I can see the world inside my head. Oh, I can see. I can see. I can see the world. I see it in my head. Silhouette, just one word. When I cried, thank God you heard. I know you heard. You always heard.
All right. I think that's my new second favorite. I don't remember hearing that one before, but I really like it.
It's I probably opened with it. A lot of people don't. I usually do it like during sound check. I honestly, before I start to play in almost any show, I have this moment before where I feel like I can't play anything. It's not with singing. It's just with playing. I think because
Yeah.
I used to only sing. Like when I first started performing, I didn't play. I just didn't want to do both at the same time. And in New York, there were so many incredible guitar players that what was I doing? So I would just
Yeah.
sing. So it's always been a challenge for me.
It's not an easy thing to do both. It's
No,
definitely,
it's not.
it takes some doing. There's no doubt about it. And depending on the instrument too. I mean, um, I honestly feel like the guitar is probably the easiest. As long as you're just strumming, playing chords, it's probably the easiest thing to sing and play at the same
Yeah.
time. But it's not easy.
No,
And I know
definitely
a lot of
not.
people who can't do it. So
Yeah.
they lose timing, or they get thrown off on the words, and it's
I
just
still do all those things.
yeah. Hey, look, I do too sometimes. So we all do. No, none of us is perfect, and if we were, we'd be signed to these great big huge record label contracts, and we still wouldn't be perfect because they're not either. So they
Yeah,
make
there's some
mistakes, they
darn
sing the
good
wrong
ones out
words,
there,
and,
though.
you know it always cracked me out. I felt like going to see some big major band,
Hmm.
filling up this huge arena or some stadium, and then the front man sings the wrong words to a song that like the back of your hand, but he sings the wrong words to a song he wrote, and you're like, what? How can you do that? And
Guess
then
they
I get
have
up
the
on
right to
stage
change
and
them.
forget the words to my own song, and all of a sudden I realize, I guess you can do that. Um, so I even wrote a song once called "I Forgot the Words," poking fun at the fact that I forgot the words to my own song. So
I wonder
I
if I
never
heard
play
that
it,
one.
but huh?
I wonder if I heard that one.
I hardly ever play it. I played it one night at Burlap and Bean as kind of a joke, and
I
then
forgot the
people
words.
got a kick out of it. So I played it a couple more times, and then I went, "Yeah, I'm done. Um, nobody really needs to hear this song." But it is what it is. But it happens. So you know,
Yeah.
I like the
Yes.
dynamics in that song
What's that?
a lot. The dynamics in that song I like a lot. You're
Yeah.
you're you're soft at one point, and you're a little bit heavy at another point, and it's just it changes, and it kind of when you get a little heavier, it really catches your attention. Like it's a change that maybe you're not expecting in the song that really draws you in, and it's one of the things I really liked about it. So anyhow, that's my 2 cents, um, for what it's worth.
I
And
think
that's an
that's
older song,
awesome.
huh?
What's that?
That's an older song.
Silhouette? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote that with actually, I mean, um, I worked with a producer when I was in New York who was phenomenal. Jeff Copeland is his name. He's doing, I'm sure, great musical things. But it was a gift to have been able to work on my first little album with him. And a lot of those songs I still love and still play. So that definitely was not a one person effort, nor is anything. That's my page. I have a page, Facebook page. It used to be for my duo until I moved and didn't have a duo anymore. Um, so I left it as My Two Minds because partly because Facebook won't let me merge my two pages, but also because I don't believe anything creative really is one person's doing. Even if you work on it by yourself, we're influenced by so many things and so many people and so many ideas, and nothing's really ours. We're just putting our spin on it.
True. Very
So,
true. While we're talking about social media and stuff like that, let's take a minute and tell everybody where they can find you, how they can find you on social media, where they can find your music to stream or purchase or whatever.
yeah, I mean, so I have JeniEngland.com is a website that again, over the last year, I've kind of been slow at doing a whole lot of things on social media, but um, I do have JeniEngland.com. I'm on Facebook and Jeni England and My Two Minds because Facebook won't let me merge. If you're listening, just let me merge those pages. And then, I'm also on Reverb Nation. I'm everywhere. On TikTok, I also have a channel that I'm doing little voice lessons, mini voice lessons for people who don't think that they can sing. It's called You Can Carry a Tune. I'm under Jeni Englund there too.
Cool. And
Yeah.
do you have music out like on
I'm
Apple
everywhere.
Music and
Yeah, I have a song or
everywhere? Okay.
two. The latest thing, so a lot of times, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm a mom, and so like I don't put a lot of financial resources into recording right at this stage of the game. But I have a friend who is a really good, talented producer and is working on a song right now for me. But many of the others I've done myself, and they're not really that great. The production isn't great. But you can find me. I'm on Spotify. I'm everywhere,
Cool.
including
And
right
everything
here,
is
Ralph.
under Jeni Englund, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm also on kitemasterstudios.com, but that's for lessons, my vocal lesson thing. So since I just spoke about the new song, I think I'm going to play that one. 'Cause I
Cool.
can't wait any longer.
Yeah, new is awesome.
Yeah, this is a song that's called Long Time Coming. And
Cool.
so it has been a long time coming. And I've always seen my career as more of a, like the tortoise, not the hare. But actually, this song has started from many different angles, actually. And it's fit in so many different scenarios of my life as I've been writing it. I've just been changing the meaning. But anyway, it's a long time coming. We all go through hard stuff, and it's coming through the hard stuff and finding a new beginning. Who can't relate to that?
I think we all can.
Yeah. All right. No one loved you right, said the things you hoped they might, wandering in your head what they could have said, should have said, didn't speak with words, nothing anyone could have heard, reading all the lines between the signs, changing minds. It's been a long time coming. You spent a lot of days running. Now you're heading home. Lay down your burden and heal all of that hurting. Come on, babe, come on, and head home. Maybe it was just a mistake. Can be hard to communicate. Opening the veins of a broken heart. Where to start? Memories pulling you down. Words that should have escaped your mouth are stuck inside your soul, making bullet holes. Let them go. It's been a long time coming. You spent a lot of days running, but finally you're heading home. Lay down your burden and heal all of that hurting. Come on, babe, come on, and head home. When you find yourself in the middle of a storm, well, pretty baby, you've got to dress really warm. And just when you think you're never gonna find an open door, well, pretty baby, you've got to try one more, 'cause it's been a long
Very nice.
Yay.
If you're going to take your time writing a song, you might as well write a really good one, right?
Fortunately, my friend Colin, who's working on it, is doing a great production of it. So it does sound a little different with all the bells and whistles, but he's fantastic. So I'm super grateful that he was willing to, help me out on it. So it'll be
Awesome.
done whenever it gets done because he has a lot of other projects. But eventually, you'll be able to find
Eventually,
it.
it'll get done and get out there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a long time coming.
Yeah, you haven't touched the keys at all.
I know. I kind of wanted to keep it together because I have to, maneuver. But I think
Switch
now's
things
about
around,
the
yeah.
right time because we're winding down, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'll just do the two more songs. I have two that I'm doing on the keyboard.
Okay.
Does that sound like a good plan?
Sounds great.
All right. I'm gonna fix. Ralph is gonna tell you a couple jokes while I just.
I'm going to get up and dance on the table or something. No, I'm
Okay.
kidding.
Okay. Good. No.
That was
people will definitely-
that was the joke. Or it would be if I did that. Ugh. I hope everybody's enjoying. It's an absolute pleasure listening to Jeni, obviously. And, we got a couple more songs, so don't go anywhere. Jeni will be right back as soon as she switches up the cables, gets the keyboard ready to go. And we got a few more tunes. While she's doing that, just let you know, a quick heads up for next week. We have Ben Tyler coming back to the show. Ben was on with us a few months ago, and we had some technical difficulty, and the show got cut short. So rather than just leaving it drop off like that, I thought, let's get him back on and give him an opportunity to do the whole thing. So I do believe Ben's got a new song coming out real soon, too. So maybe we'll get to hear that. But next Wednesday night, Ben Tyler will be on with us. As far as the first week in May, still searching for the right person to put on that show, but I'm sure I'll have something lined up. And then on May 12th, we'll be bringing in a special guest from out around Denver, Colorado area. Taylor Shea will be with us on May 12th. That's kind of a tentative date for her, but at this moment, it looks like that's what's going to work for her. If not, I will, of course, reschedule her and let everything know what's going on. She's also in the process of graduating from college, so if May 12th does not interfere with what's going on with graduation and everything, then she'll be on May 12th, and if not, it may be a week or two later than that. But very excited to have Taylor on. She's got several albums out, and she's just an amazing singer-songwriter from, like I said, from the Denver area, Longwood, I think, Colorado. So really anxious to have Taylor come on and share her amazing talents with us. Looks like Jeni's just about ready to set up. Again, you can find her basically Jeni Englund pretty much anywhere. Jeni Englund Music or My Two Minds on Facebook would be her two pages. And JeniEnglund.com is her website. And you can find her on other social media and Spotify and pretty much any streaming services out there under Jeni Englund. So please give her music a listen and check out her website and her Facebook page. And we're definitely hoping to see Jeni back out and about performing again.
I have to wear headphones. I have to wear headphones for this portion, so I
No
apologize
problem.
in advance. They're not like nice little AirPods. They're big clunkers, but
Yeah.
there's a bad delay otherwise, and I will not be singing the same.
I had a pair of earbuds
I'm
that
sure
I
there's a
love.
much more gracious way for me to do this, but
No, that's fine.
can you hear the keyboard? I had to.
Yep, can hear it
Is
fine.
it a good level?
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe just a skosh up. That's all. There you go.
So, now I moved up. You might only be able to see my head, but that's okay. This tune that I'm about to do, it's called When You Realize, and actually, I think I have it listed as Get Up. I think I changed the name. I change songs. I'm like the Grateful Dead. My songs are never the same twice. Change all the time. So, I do a good live show. If you come check them out when I'm in the area.
Yes, but the songs are less than 2 hours long, so, you're not
What's
totally
that?
like the Grateful. I said your songs are less than 2 hours long, so you're not totally like the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, it's kind of the only similarity is that the songs are different each time. So this song actually stemmed from a really difficult story that I heard, which unfortunately isn't an uncommon story right now. Happens way too often. There was a teenage. This happened in my hometown, where these kinds of things usually don't happen. People think that in their hometown these things don't happen, right? There was a young football player who his girlfriend broke up with him, and then he was upset and went and killed her and shot the mother. And it was just a terrible, terrible situation. And it just made me think about how often, with teenagers especially, and I do dedicate this tune to young people who feel like there isn't a next step, because there is always a next step, and even if you don't feel like there is, there is. Sorry. You've been lying in your bed for days and days on end. You're trying to find a way to mend. Your blinds are closed, no light is getting in. You're hypnotized, you're awake again. When you realize it's really over, close your eyes and start again. Oh, you were high and now you're sober. You know how to walk, so get up again. That song, it keeps playing over and over again. You won't let it reach the end. What might have been isn't happening. Say goodbye, just keep breathing. And when you realize it's really over, just close your eyes and you start again. You were high, but now you're sober. You know how to walk, so get up again. You're too young to fall. The voice is calling you were wrong. Put your feet on the ground. You're too young to fall. The voice is calling you were wrong. put your feet on the ground. And when you realize it's really over, you close your eyes, but you start again. Yeah, you were high and now you're sober, but you know how to walk, so get up again. Oh, you were high and now you're sober. Oh, but you know how to walk, so get up and say, just say amen. That's
Very nice, but very sad. It's a shame.
What's that?
It's a shame. I said very nice, but very sad.
Yeah.
It's a shame those kind of things happen.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they do.
It's a real epidemic right now, actually.
Yeah, it is. You're right about that.
Was that keyboard really loud?
No, it's not super loud. No.
Oh, in my ear, it's super loud.
No, no. It's actually at a very good level.
Okay. I just turned my headphones down. That'll fix it. Cool. So, well, I can't end that way, right? Because that would be too depressing. I'm ending with a hopeful song, actually kind of like a lullaby. It's a song that is called "It'll Be All Right." So, that's what I think. It'll be all right.
Sounds good.
I have those moments where I forget how to play things. This is one of those moments. It's coming back. Here we go. When Mama says it'll be all right, I believe her. Keep your checks in line, it'll be just fine, she says. Easy, take it easy. The storm came down, knocked me to my knees. Suddenly it was hard to believe without her reminding me. But I can hear her singing this song to me. It'll be all right in the morning. Everything is gonna be just fine. Keep on searching for that silver lining as the old gray cloud rolls on by. When heaven feels like a fantasy in this hard world, there's so much sadness stealing my gladness away. Easy, take it easy. Open my eyes to the sweet sunrise. Take a deep breath from the endless sky. Hold her hand to guide me. Oh, I can hear her singing this song to me. It'll be all right in the morning. Everything is gonna be just fine. Keep on searching for that silver lining must shine. It'll be alright in the morning. Everything is gonna be just fine. Keep on searching for that silver lining as the old gray cloud rolls on by. Well, it'll be alright in the morning. Everything is gonna be just fine. Keep on searching for that silver lining as the old gray cloud rolls on by.
Very nice. And a great
Thanks,
ending.
Ralph.
A great ending to the show. Just real quick, I made an announcement while you were setting everything up for the keyboard that I didn't have a guest scheduled for May 5th, and I actually do. It's May 19th that I didn't have somebody scheduled, so I got my dates mixed up, but yes, I do have somebody coming on May 5th, and of course I have somebody on May 12th, so the next 3 weeks are covered, and I'm sure by May 19th I will have someone else on the show, so I'll get the shows posted on my Facebook page as quickly as possible, and of course you can always follow along. Tomorrow, this show will be on my YouTube channel in its entirety, so if you're tuning in late, if you missed it, and you want to see the whole show, then you can always go to my YouTube channel tomorrow. I will post the message on Facebook once it's ready. I will tag Jenny so that Jenny can share it with her friends and family who might have missed the show tonight, and get an opportunity to watch it anytime you want on YouTube from that point on. So, Jenny, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on tonight. Great stuff as usual. Very much
Thanks,
enjoy your
Ralph.
music. And,
Maybe when you
can't wait
do, before you post it, you can edit out my mistakes.
What mistakes?
My fumbles on the guitar.
What fumbles?
And the piano. You
I
can
didn't see
play
any.
over it. Make it
I
sound
didn't
really
see.
nice.
Oh my gosh! What are you kidding me? Come on.
I'm not meant to be alone. I need, I need
did.
someone to play
You
with.
did just fine. You did just fine. But
Thank you.
I
had a
would be
lot of
more
fun.
than happy. I would be more than happy to perform with you at any time. So
We
you
should.
know.
We would have a good time.
yeah, we would. We would definitely. Definitely.
All right.
I'm sure we could find a whole lot of stuff that we could do, and yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah.
It would be an absolute pleasure. I'll tell you what, we were talking about playing and singing at the same time, and the keyboard, I couldn't do that. No
Well,
shot.
you know, it's funny. I can actually play like decently, and then when I start to sing and play, then I have to really simplify everything. Really simple, simple. And
I have no issues playing the guitar and singing. I have no issues playing the bass and singing. I would just be terrible trying to play the keyboard and sing.
Well, we've all got.
And
our
I've heard
things.
people say that the most difficult instrument to play and sing is the bass guitar. I find that funny, but you know, I guess to each his own. You know,
That's.
I wouldn't be able to
You
play
don't
the
see
keys.
it very often.
What's that?
The bass. You don't see it that often. The bass player singing. Sometimes.
No, actually, you don't. And I think when I was younger, and I mean much younger, like really younger, and I was playing in a cover band, and I was bass guitarist, and
Steve said
I
the
was
bagpipes
also
are-
pretty much the front man. So, yeah, I didn't have a choice but to be able to play and sing at the same
I don't
time.
need those anymore.
You know, I guess that's
Steve put in the chat that the bagpipes are tough.
the bagpipes
to,
are tough
to play and
Yeah,
sing.
you know,
Play the bagpipes and sing.
Dude, nobody cares about your bagpipes at all. Sorry.
I love the bagpipes.
Oh man,
All
I should
right.
not insult the producer too much because you know, then he'll cut me off. and-
No, actually, we should thank him. Thank you, Steve.
yes,
You're behind the
absolutely. We
he's
should thank
behind the
Steve.
scenes, but
Uh-huh.
we wouldn't have
He
a
is.
show without him. So
That's a good place for him to be
Rocking
though,
the
behind
Valley.
the scenes. So, Steve, even when you're not on the air, I'm still picking on you. Anyhow, Jeni, thank you so much for coming on. It has been an absolute pleasure. And
Thank
again,
you.
please tune in next week for Ben Tyler, and I will put the May schedule up ASAP. And we'll see you all again soon. Watch Jeni again tomorrow on YouTube. Thanks. And good night. Thanks for tuning in. You can push the button, Steve.
You gotta keep the fire burning. Chase your dream, don't hesitate.
Oops.
Keep on dreaming, keep on yearning. Don't let the flame die while you wait.
Hey, Rosie, let me explain. We're still on the air. I pushed the wrong button, and everything fell down. So I had everything muted out, and it was one of those moments, Ralph. I'm sorry. I owe you a cheesesteak. Thanks
Yeah,
for
there
tuning
you
in.
go.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good night.